What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Straight Go-Go Talk. Here with my next guest. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let this man explain. I've been waiting for this man to get on the show. We've been playing some freeze tag back and forth, but he's here now. I'm happy that you came on, man. It's a pleasure to have you. Go ahead and introduce to the people and tell the people who you are, what band you playing for, what you got going on, promotion, whatever.
Alright. Name Leggo. Leggo. Don't mistake the two G's. You gotta always put that in there. I'm not in a band. I was currently in Amardon, but go back and do a little history. I was in several bands. As you might know, I was in Prosperity before you got there.
Yeah.
You know, my passion and all of that was hosting parties, working with kids and all of that stuff. So right now I'm currently hosting parties, but you can be the second one to know this. I'm gonna tell y'all this, everybody's listening. I'm trying to do a retirement party from the hosting job. It might be this summer. I gotta talk to the powers that be. And I'm gonna go out with a bang. You know, I might light my mic on fire that night. I don't know, but
I know that's right.
I'm not gonna be hosting parties anymore. I'm into other things. I got young kids, and I'm into a magazine. It's called I do my little cheap plug.
Plug it. Do what you gotta do. Plug it, baby.
It's GI of Maryland, Great Entertainment of Maryland, the magazine, and it's coming soon. So we pumping, we promoting, and the thing is, if you ain't doing nothing good, great, positive in the community, or big entertainment, or got a plan, we don't want nothing to do with you. We're not dealing with the penny ante hustlers, the rappers that just want to get the one single out or shoot them up, bang bang. We're not doing any of that. If it's positive, you moving, you got a movement, we got you. If it's great, we got it. But good just ain't good enough.
Y'all heard? Straight like that. Now, for my next question. Like you said, you were a part of Prosperity before I was. I was actually currently playing with Total Dimension at the time. When I first noticed, there was a new band on the scene, like, oh, Prosperity, whatever. And I seen you was running the one. And I thought y'all had a nice, a nice piece to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, these brothers gonna be all right. And I thought it was good for Go-Go in the sense as far as Annapolis was concerned. But then, whatever went on, and then next thing I know, I had some issues with my band, and then I'm in Prosperity.
Because I think at the time you was having issues, I think Prosperity was having issues.
Okay.
I've grown a lot, I've matured a lot. And I don't do all the back and forths and the underhanded stuff. I don't really like that. Because my attitude wouldn't take it a while ago.
Right.
So I try to let all that go. But back then in Prosperity, it was all about fun. And once the fun was leaving and they started talking about the money and getting paid, this is Annapolis. And nobody ever got big bags for playing in Annapolis. So what made us think we want to get that then? I mean, I don't know. But one thing led to another. You came in, you held it down. And I don't know what happened after that.
Well, and even then, and a lot of people don't know this, even then, back then, you had people saying, well, Leggo did this and BJ did that. And I'm like, I still look at both of them brothers as a part of the once in the family, always in the family. You're not just bugs, you always give you once in the yard, always in the yard. And that's the way I looked at that. And I can remember one night, and whenever I tell a story, man, the band loved it. I said, man, I remember one night, man, Leggo was like, he was enjoying himself. He's like, look, I am Prosperity. And we had a nice little talk out back, and I had a better understanding of where you were coming from. I realized your passion. When I first got with Prosperity, it was more so like, I wasn't used to being around them dudes, so it was kind of like an AWOL practices and et cetera, et cetera. And I came up with Total Dimension, we were all the way in high school, so it was a different atmosphere for me, so it took some time getting used to. But to get to my next question is this. I seen you doing your thing, which shouts to Amardon, who's doing their thing currently right now.
Shout out.
And when I first took notice to Amardon, he was running the one again.
Yeah.
And I like what y'all had going on, man. I said, man, this is all right. Y'all actually had a member in y'all band, Big John. Shout out to you, Big John. Who actually was playing with us, and he played with us before. So I had the pleasure of being in the go-go circuit with him. But when when things went the way that they went, just they fell through and didn't work out. And then next thing you know, when we broke up, then John decided he wanted to continue doing his things, which a lot of the members did, and he ended up with John. But when I look, I'm like, okay, Leggo, he's back, and y'all were doing y'all thing and had a serious buzz, enough to have you wobbly, you know what I mean? And then I look, and before I blink my eye and really get out, because I had never had the chance of actually getting out and seeing y'all. Mm-hmm. But I like what y'all had going on. I was forever looking for clips. And then I look, and then you're gone. And I was like, man, what's going on? So I think what a lot of people wanted to know, first and foremost, before I speak for everybody else, me, myself in general, whatever happened with that? How did you start out with them, and then the next thing you know, blink of an eye, you gone?
Well, instead of going through the long story,
okay.
Ice and myself and Toy, we thought of, Ice gave me a call, said we want to do this, had Toy on board, let's call around and get people involved. We called around and we got people involved, and we came up with a concept that we're going to be a grown and sexy band. Meaning we're going to play a lot of music. Original, cover songs, all of that. We're going to do it. But somewhere along the line, I think we got lost in the crank part. And through the listening and the trials and you practicing and you going through all of that, and everybody feeling different things after a while. The grown crank, the music and all of that was still there, but we didn't have that punch, that step. And you keep going to practice and you bumping heads. We don't have no shows yet because we don't really know if we're ready. Then when we come out, we playing, we got the buzz, we got the air of the city, and we think we all right. Well, so I thought. And then, like I said, one thing led to another. You keep practicing, now the fun is leaving out the game. I got 2 young kids, man, real young kids. I got 3 children, but 2 young ones. I work 2 jobs, hosting parties, it was a lot. So I had to step back and give all my dedication to my kids, my job, and hosting parties. And hosting parties was another job in itself. So there you have it. In Amardon, am not. I think, just like you said, once in the yard, always in the yard, that terminology, I think I'm always going to be a member of Amardon Band. Whether it's physically or mentally, I'm always going to be a part of Amardon.
That's real rap. That's real rap. Let me ask you this, do you miss it? Do you have any regrets? People always ask me that all the time. I say to the day that they throw dirt on me, which I'm sure some people have heard me say in a few of the segments, to the day that they throw dirt on me, man, I'm always loving it. I'm always be connected to go-go, but I think to get up on stage, you have to definitely have that desire. It has to be a serious desire, because you really have to dedicate yourself. You stand up late nights, writing things, trying to come up with different concepts and stuff. You work hard, you put a lot into it. It's not as easy as a lot of people think. And so with that being said, because even after the last segment where I explained that I probably would never ever go back, I guess some people still feel some sort of way that, there's a small section that I might, a small chance I should say, that I might end up back on stage. It's boxing raps. I'm done. And I don't have a desire to.
Well, see, the funny thing is you still young.
I understand that.
Relatively.
Right.
You still young, so you can come back and make a splash. And I don't even know we should use the terminology come back, because you still here like you never left me. You know what I'm saying? So it's but being on that stage, if it's not your passion, it's not your passion. But you're still young, so you can still make a splash. Me, I miss it. I regret doing some of the things or how I've done some of the things. And it's rare that somebody will tell you that they regret doing something they love and how they did it, but I'm one of them. At the end of my stay in Amardon, I wasn't giving my all. I didn't have confidence in myself. I wasn't liking it Too Tough, and I'm out of there. Do I miss it? Yeah. Yeah, I miss it because I'm a fan of go-go, and go-go is our culture. So, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna miss it because I'm into music. Will I ever go back? Nah.
Tupac raps for you.
Yeah, man. I think I got my raps off, man. I'm a fan. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna enjoy it, and that's what I'm gonna do.
My next question is this, because this was out there as well, and I'm quite sure some of you have heard this too. But clear up these rumors or what was supposed to be, what was put out there by people, because I really don't think it was bad. Was there ever a beef between Amardon and 360? I found that to be, not laughing at that when I heard that. I was like, are you serious, man? He's too old for that, man. So I really don't believe that there's a beef between Amardon and 360.
Nah, it was never beef. Now, I'm gonna tell you how people may have come up with that, and it might be two reasons. One, every time you saw Lee, you saw Green. Big ups to Green, man. And 360, man, y'all doing it, man. Serious business. But every time you seen Lee, you seen Green in one project or another.
You did.
As we talk, they separate. They might come back the same way. Well, when they saw Lee and Amardon, Green and 360, oh, what? How Lee gonna do that? How? What? So now it ain't the band members in either band saying this. It's fans saying that. Oh, how he gonna do that? How he gonna what? How? All of that crazy stuff. And expect it to be beef because if you seen me, you seen Green. But now it's two different boats floating in the same water.
Exactly.
When we first came out, I don't want to toot my own horn or any of that and take no steam off anybody else. But when we came out, we had the buzz, man. We had the city's ear, and fans of both bands wanted to know who was better.
You always get that.
And that's where the conversation come up. Oh, who's better, 360 or Amardon? And then now it's, well, won't y'all prove it? Or how y'all think y'all better? Y'all just started and all that. So it wasn't the band members. It was the fans of Go-Go, or should I say, the fans of Amardon and 360.
Absolutely.
And then that was it. But we had a show, I remember, we did a show out the Whiskey. Lee's first show with us. He broke it down. He stopped and he told the people, listen, I got nothing but love for 360, Greenie and DB, them my peoples. I might have quoted that exactly. I might have. But he did that to try to dispel any of the rumors out there that anybody may thought was a beef or anything. But obviously that got twisted the wrong way. Now everybody thinking it was really a beef, and it really wasn't. It's still not. That's one big family, Amardon and 360. I don't understand.
That's love. That's love.
I understand.
And it don't get no better than that. You can't put it any better than that. So, you want to take this time and plug your Facebook or anything of how, during the time being that you're actually still, what's the name, to get in contact with you, or is that something?
I don't do the Facebook thing too tough. I'm into promoting GEI, the magazine.
Okay.
It's coming soon to Maryland, man. If y'all need, hit me up. Y'all can send it. I don't even know my Facebook name. Leggo. Leggo of the World. That's what it is. Leggo of the World. You can send me an inbox. Get at me. Let me know what you're doing. Y'all got any music, any poetry, any writing samples? If you're acting, you got any clips, anything, send them to me. Call me. No, don't call me. Send me an inbox. You know what I mean? And see if we can get up. I'll get it from you or whatever if you can't email it. But GEI, the magazine, coming soon. I'm throwing a retirement party from the mic. So I'm not going to tell y'all, call me for parties and all of that, because I'm giving that up.
Right. Okay.
So my next party, anybody see me with the mic in my hand, it's going to be my last party with the mic in my hand.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Gotta get
me that. I'm there.
Look, I'm going to tell you what might be ideal. It's going to be a party on the boat, an all-white joint. 360 is going to be playing. My man Elvis' birthday. It wouldn't be no other better place for me to do my retirement party there. Great on the boat, all white, classy event. We got the top and the bottom boat.
Yes, sir.
hey man, do it that way. I can throw my mic overboard.
Yes,
Overboard, you know,
how about
but
that?
you know what I'm saying?
That's
I don't
it.
know, but I got to talk to the powers that be and see if that can happen. If not, then I got to throw my own.
It's, for anybody who's watched the last segment with Joe, the sound man from Black Alley, it was news to me, but the whiskey after June 29th will be no more. It's the second time I'm plugging this. The whiskey is shutting down. So my question to you is, what does Annapolis Bands do, being as though that is the main spot
It's
right now of having?
It's the main spot because we made it the main spot. We made it the main spot because it was easy to get.
Right.
But just like everything else that Annapolis have, instead of us trying to build our own here in Annapolis and keep the trend going, because I remember we used to play in Stanton Center, down Wildwood Rec, Eastport Rec, all of those things, man. American Legion. I mean, there's places around Annapolis to play. But I think that all the talent is going to migrate to Charles County, St. Mary's County, and all of that. Waldorf. I think that's where it's going to migrate, but it shouldn't. I think we, because I don't know, I might get back into promotion. I don't know. But we need to grab one of these spots or some of these spots around Annapolis and make it happen. And it don't have to be the whiskey. It don't have to be Stanton Center, Wildwood, Recco, and that other stuff. It's other places that we can look into. Now the only thing is, we can't have the fighting, the fussing, you getting drunk and you busting bottles and want to fight and hanging out in the parking lot and going to your trunks and littering and loitering. We can't have that. And I don't know if I could say this or not, but man, they ain't playing that.
Speak on it. Yeah.
The folk ain't playing that, man. So
you're right.
you know, if we're gonna have something in Annapolis, we gotta treat it like it's our own and take care of it and respect it. But until we do that and learn to do that, we ain't gonna have nothing in Annapolis, man. I don't know.
This is something that's a touchy subject for a lot of people too, and you know, a lot of people have told me, you know, I don't want to speak on this. I got to say something about this. You know, a lot of members have told me that I want to do another segment. How do you feel, Leggo? And it goes on, man. How do you feel about all the underhanded, sneaky, behind the back stuff that goes on the go? Point blank, period. Not just here, just point blank, period. How do you feel about that? I mean, do you have a solution to it? Or?
You know, I have a solution, but I'm not in it. I definitely don't like it. But it's been happening since day one. If anybody old enough that's listening, that's gonna follow you and do all of this, anybody can look up or pull up the Rare Essence. And this is way back when Rare Essence had Benny and Funk together. Man, they fought each other on stage during the show.
Wow.
So it goes back that far. It goes back further than that, but it's 2013. It hasn't stopped yet. You got band members being sneaky to other band members. You got bands being sneaky to other bands. And Lord, don't let me say this and say it wrong, but if you got a smaller band playing with a bigger band, the bigger bands are going to knock you out the box.
Every time.
They're not going to put you on shows. I don't know why. It's almost like crabs in a hot pot, pulling everybody down. So if I get steamed, I'm pulling you down and you will get steamed too.
Absolutely.
And that's not how it should be. Everybody should eat. It's the same. It ain't the same bread. But it's the same thing. Everybody trying to reach the same thing. Everybody's trying to get out of the DMV and do something big, mainstream. But it won't happen if we keep pulling each other down.
Absolutely, I agree.
I think the older bands, the bigger bands, jump back. I love y'all guys. Bugs, you my man, you my mentor and all that. You got what band? You got all these bigger bands, Essence. I think they need to reach down and help some of these young bands, these struggling bands. You know, pull them up. Like, hey, listen, man, come with us, play with us, get you out there. I'm thinking you can do that.
That used to go on. You know, that used to go on. I can remember and BU saying, you know, good show. Shouts to D-Money and BO from UCB telling me that, you know, y'all sound good, man. Man, I used to say, people used to say, oh, they just blowing smoke. There would be no reason for them to compliment you and say that if they didn't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So, and as I always used to tell people, go in and there tomorrow, I had a lot of fun going.
You know, the crazy part is, when I was in the band a while ago, we played with Jump at Early Heights Fall Hall. We also played with Essence at Early Heights Fall Hall. And both times it meant the world to me. Bugs pulled me up one night and told me I cussed too much. I was young. Listen, I cussed. And I was saying whatever I felt on my mind and all that. If they was acting dumb in the crowd or whatever, I cussed. He pulled me up after the show, told me it was a good show, but it could have been a whole lot better if I stopped cussing. Funk told me the same exact thing 3 weeks later. You'd think I would have got it the first time after the Bugs pulled me up, but I didn't. It took me a little bit and I got it. But those two guys, man, they're top of the food chain, if you ask me. So when they told me we sound good, but I need to stop doing, you know, my cussing and all of that tirade on stage, stop it and we can go further. That meant a lot too, man.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Absolutely, especially coming from some major icons like them. As I've asked all my guests that's been on, you know, in the DC metropolitan area, global period, you know, if you're a club owner, they really are trying to eliminate these club owners from having go-go bands in there. So it makes you wonder, where will go-go be in the next few years? So I put a spin on it and I say, well, where do you see go-go in the next 10 years? Now you have a lot of bands, you do. You always have a lot of alphabet bands. You got bands, you know, every day is this a new band, you know, surfacing. With that being said, where do you see go-go in the next 10 years?
I don't know, I think I can answer that a couple of ways. If we don't stop grabbing each other down and not pulling one another up, it's going to be still at the same spot. Now, does it have potential to go far? Yes. But another ball is in play when it comes to the fans. Go-go fans, you're supposed to come enjoy the party. But you can't go there and fight. That's why the owners don't want you there. Now, they'll blame it on the go-go music and all of that. I'm a big believer that the music is not what's making you fight. Whether it's go-go, hard rap, rock, it's not the music. It's the individuals. It's when they get that liquid courage in them or the smoky cloud. Yeah. They become different people. And they perform once they get to the club. They want to fight this dude, fight this person, girls fighting over guys. If it's all kinds of violence and all of that in the clubs, the club owners don't want you there. If I was a club owner, I wouldn't want that business in my club either if you're going to come and fight. Now, of course, if I was a club owner, I would know or have a feel for some of the bands out there. That would determine who I'm letting in my club, because I'll know what age or I'll know what type of crowd that I'm going to get in my club. And that's sad to say, because if it's go-go, it should be go-go. I should be a club owner. I should be able to let any and all go-go bands in. But if you got the younger crowd in there, and I'm sorry, older people fight too, but when you get that crowd, that mixed crowd in there, the young generation that has something to prove to the people on the streets on who's tough, who's not. When they get all of that mixing together with the liquid and the smokes and all of that, it's trouble. So they'll tear their own club down.
Real rap, real live. Outside of Amardon, shouts to Amardon, shouts to 360, shouts to all the bands right now. You know, here, Annapolis, DC, PG County, Calvin County, and the list goes on. Outside of you playing in the band, who you really listen to right now? Who you kind of like follow? Jump back?
I'm a Jump fan, always have been. I think Bugs is the best. I like What?
Yeah, I like
Rapper is a problem.
Yeah.
I try to listen to it all, except, and I'm sorry, I hope y'all don't get offended, but I don't like the bounce beat. I can't stand it.
At all.
I don't like it.
Hey, man.
So that's just my opinion. I don't like it. But hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Right.
I just don't like it. But I try to follow everybody. Big shout out to Killer Kyle, man. He's doing big things.
Yeah.
So
well, what do you think that we can do? You know, like, I'm quite sure, you know, for you being a promoter and all, it's different concepts you come, you know, some ideas you think you can shoot out there that, you know, probably like, you know, can we have a, you know, like some type of fundraiser or another, I think more peace in the street jams will be good too. It's definitely key.
no, that's definitely key. And when you have a Peace in the Streets event, the people gotta know it's peace in the streets.
Yeah.
Meaning you can't come to the Peace in the Streets joint with your alcohol in there and then you wilding at a Peace in the Streets thing.
Exactly.
The only advice I can really give is, man, as Annapolis, as a whole, as a community, we should first and foremost, because it's Annapolis and it's a small city, we should stand together. If everybody's fighting for the same cause, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But also on that same token, you can't fight for the same cause and then the promoters or whoever throwing it got greasy palms and they just want the money out there. Because it ain't gonna happen. But I think there's a lot of good promoters out there now. It's a lot of venues that we need to tap into that we don't tap into because I think the color of our skin that we don't tap into it. And that's sad because the color of our skin is beautiful and we should be able to tap into any of these clubs. But I think because of how we act when we outside those clubs or in those places, it leaves a bad mark. So instead of us even reaching out to those clubs, we already got in our mind or God had already set that we're going to mess this up before we even get there. So we don't reach out to them. I think that's a negative thinking. I think it's young-minded thinking. I think it's small-minded thinking. But if we could all just, I don't know, some kind of way, and just know that it's going to be a success, it'll work.
Simply put, you heard what he had to say. Real quick, I want to go ahead and plug my YouTube channel where you can find all of the go-go clips from Straight Go-Go Talk. It's BOOCABEAR, Booker Bear. Don't mind me. It's just a little something me and my wife, we call each other back and forth when we started this 9 years ago.
Oh,
but yeah, absolutely.
Aww.
You know what I mean? People tease me about that all the time. But all of the clips are there from the first segment. All of the clips are there. Tonight's will be there as well. Shots to Deshaun Thomas too. My last guest is his son. He's a big supporter of the show. And he said, man, you know, you gotta get me on there. And I kept saying, all right, man, we gonna get you in there. He said, well, if you don't at least get me on the show, at least plug my name. So shots to Deshaun Thomas, man, for watching the show all the time. He uploads them to his Facebook, his Twitter, etc., etc. So thank you to everybody who's supporting Straight Go-Go Talk and continue to watch. And once again, if you want to express yourself, if you want to give your history, your experiences on Go-Go during your time, whether it was a month, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't matter. I would love to have you on. I'm encouraging more people to come on, man. Until the next Straight Go-Go Talk, Leg Man, thank you so much, man, for coming on, man. I appreciate it, man. I know we've been playing tag for a minute, but you're here. I appreciate you so much, man. I cannot thank you enough. And I hope that more people will take the initiative to come on and get their go-go history.
Before we go, though, if you don't mind, GI, the magazine, GI Maryland, the magazine, is coming soon. The first issue is going to be in August. So that's right around the corner. We out doing interviews now. We got big things in the works. Shout out to my nephew, Deshaun Thomas, Ashley Thomas. Those my family. You know what I'm talking about. Big shout out to Lee, Amardon, Greeny, DB, the whole 360 mob. Shout out to my baby, Aisha, my kids, Alan Jr., Aliana, and Alicia. Love y'all.
To the next Straight Go-Go Talk, I'm your host, H-A-double, my man Leg.
L-E-G, though.
L-E-G. We out.